All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2025 USA Powerlifting Arnold Sports Festival here in Columbus, Ohio. We are coming to you live from the USA Powerlifting stage, where we are showcasing some of the strongest athletes in the world competing here under the USA Powerlifting platform. I'm Kevin Serrano. I will be your commentator for today, and I'm joined by
Alexander Walters. Just like Kevin, I'm a national referee. I'm also the Indiana State Chair, and I'm the Executive Committee for USA Powerlifting.
Here we'll be breaking down the lifts, the action, and going across lift by lift across these two platforms. Up here on platform 2, we have David Lopez, who is opening us up on bench with 90 kilograms.
Pretty solid opener there for David.
That is 3 white lights from the referees. That is a good lift. For those that are joining us here for the first time and are new to powerlifting, we have 3 judges. We have a center referee and 2 side referees, each of which will give a light in accordance to whether or not they agree the lift was a good lift or a no lift. So in the previous lift, we got 3 white lights, which indicated that all 3 referees thought that the lift was good. So right now we have Bill Sander taking us up to 92.5 kilos for his opening attempt bench press. Bill is taking his time setting up.
Fairly smooth opener there for Bill. Gets the lift 2-1, a blue card on the side. Not entirely sure what that was for.
Right now we have our spotting and loading crew loading up the next weight, which will be Gary Villanueva, who is competing in the 90 kilogram division. This is Gary's first appearance on the Arnold Sports Festival platform here with USA Powerlifting.
Three white lights there for Gary. Bar is going to move up to 120 kilos, the opening attempt for Wayne Coburna.
Wayne's previous best is 130 kilos, which he achieved at last year's Arnold. So let's see if he can work up to hit a PR today. Wabe is competing in the men's raw 67.5 kilo weight class in the M3 division, Masters 3. He's coming to us from Ohio.
Gets his press command. Pretty easy opener. 2-1 blue card from the chief referee. I think that was for a little bit of up and down. He did kind of bobble off the chest. I kind of saw it. Side referees aren't really in the spot to see that. Bar is going to remain at 120. Opening attempt for Jack Rubio.
So fun fact about Jack. Jack has been competing since 1982. He's won world national championships in the 80s, 90s, 2010s, and 2020s.
That's pretty remarkable. Kevin, what were you doing in 1982?
Let's see this. That's a pretty great lift for Jack. And yeah, I mean, it's very interesting getting to research some of these lifters and seeing what extensive of a career they've had and just seeing all the accomplishments they've gone throughout the years. Again, this is the Masters Bench Bash, so we are honestly in front of a bunch of legends in the sport, right? These people have competing for decades, and it's just remarkable seeing them still step on this one of the biggest stages that USA Powerlifting has to offer here at the Arnold Sports Festival in Columbus, Ohio.
Absolutely, and the stream doesn't really do it justice, just how many people are here. We have, 25, 30 rows of seating. Not quite full yet, but that'll fill out as the day progresses. And thousands of people walking throughout the expo that can see this. A lot of pressure on these lifters to perform in front of people.
Right now we got Dennis Alba, who's taking 147.5 kilos as his opening attempt.
That's a big opener. Locks it out. 3 white lights there for Dennis. That's a good lift.
This is Dennis's 3rd appearance at the Arnold Sports Festival. We're taking the bar up to 155 kilos for Monty Murphy.
One of the cool things about the Arnold Sports Festival USA Powerlifting Competition is this is not a weight class based event. We are going solely off of dots to place these lifters. So every one of these lifters are going to be competing head to head across all of these weight classes, which is not something we normally get to do.
Monty's actually coming to us from my home state of Illinois. He is a 3-time bench national champion.
And don't be worried that the overlay at the bottom is a little bit off. We got some technical issues that we're working with.
And folks, if you want to follow the action, you can go to liftingcast.com and then scroll down to USA Powerlifting ASF for Arnold Sports Festival Masters Bench Bash. There you can follow the action on LiftingCast, where you'll see live data from all the lifters' attempts and weight selections. Again, we have 2 platforms going on simultaneously, Platform 1 and Platform 2.
We will have the stream up for Platform 1 very shortly. We're just working through a couple kinks.
Right now on screen, we got Reginald Miles taking the bar up to 165 kilos. He is competing in the 90 kilogram division.
All right, Reginald's going to get told to replace the bar. He's a little confused, but to me it was pretty clear that his elbows were not completely locked out. He's only got 12 seconds on the clock. He's not going to have enough time to get there. Or they tell him about his grip lift. I think it was the elbows. Either way, he's not going to reattempt it doesn't look like, because he's going to time out now.
So unfortunately, Reginald has timed out, and what timing out means is when the bar is called loaded by the chief referee, you have 60 seconds to receive the start command. And so Reginald was unable to set himself up in position because he had to replace the bar due to a technicality, and unfortunately ran out of time. So he'll still have another go at it. He'll have his 2nd and 3rd attempt to reattempt his weight or still go up, but unfortunately we'll come back and see him on his 2nd attempt.
Do we know where the spotters and loaders are from? Are they from OSU?
Not sure.
Some of them look familiar.
Yeah, again, these spotters and loaders are doing a fantastic job in getting the weights loaded, keeping our athletes safe, and just making sure that this competition runs as smooth as possible. So thanks to them.
As now we are on to 2nd attempts. We have Bill Lindsay coming out with 87.5 kilograms. Bill got us started. His opening attempt was not quite on the stream. We were a little bit delayed.
Gets that start command. Very easy attempt.
Perfect 2nd attempt.
That is 3 white lights, so we'll see what he goes for his 3rd attempt.
I'd expect another 5 kilos there for Bill.
We got Bill Sander up next, who's going up to 95 kilos, taking a 2.5 kilo jump from his opening attempt. So Bill Sanders, a very rare M5. So what does M5 mean?
10.5 means you are in your 80s or above. Not many lifters in there. Gino just called it out. He's 83 years old, still competing. And he's bench pressing over his body weight at 83 years old.
That is amazing. Talk about longevity in the sport.
Gets the lift 2-1. 83 years old, benching 95 kilos.
That is over 200 pounds, ladies and gentlemen. Moving right along, we got David Lopez up next, taking a 5 kilo jump from 90 kilos up to 95.
Been informed the stream is up for platform 1. We're working on one more thing, and then we'll start talking about the action that's going on over there. As David Lopez gets his second attempt at 95 kilos.
So for those following the action over on platform 1, right now we have Susan Paxson reattempting her on her second attempt. She missed her opening attempt. Let's check what the calls were on this.
I saw it. So I think that means she probably just missed it, misgrouped it maybe?
Yeah, technical failure. Who knows what it could have been, but she's reattempting it now on her second attempt bench. Or she went up 2.5 kilos to 60 kilos, and it was a good lift. She is on the board.
Gary's back out for his second attempt at 117.5, just a 2.5 kilo increase.
Seems like a right call for Gary. He's squeezing every little bit of kilos he has in the tank, and that is 3 white lights. He's going 2 for 2 so far on bench.
Bench is tough when you get arms as long as Gary's.
Over on platform 1, we have Joy Black, who's coming to us from Nashville, Tennessee. Opening us up with 70 kilos, hit that. Now she's at 75 kilos for her second attempt bench.
Joy Black, one of my fellow executive committee members. She is the treasurer elected last year in Salt Lake City.
She just recently competed at the Pro Series Finals in December of last year. This is her third Arnold appearance, and she is a multi-time bench national champion.
Wayne Coburna coming out to take his second attempt at 125 kilos. He's inspecting the bar. Maybe they have a misload?
Double checking to make sure that the appropriate weight is on the bar.
2 reds and a collar, 125. Three white lights for Joy on platform 1. She's 2 for 2.
And Wayne gets 3 white lights as well. That is a good lift on both platform 1 and platform 2. Over on platform 1, we have Elizabeth Richardson taking a 2.5 kilo jumps from 97.5 to 100 kilos, 220 pounds. And over on platform 2, we have Jack Rubio taking a 5 kilo jump to 125 kilos, 275 pounds. Elizabeth has been competing since 2015. And she appeared at the Arnold in 2023.
She's going to get her lift 2-1. A yellow card from the right side referee. Not quite sure what that was for.
Jack Rubio gets 3 whites.
Dennis Alba coming out to take his second attempt at 155 on platform 2 as Maxwell Mercer takes a 7.5 kilo increase from his missed opening attempt for his second. Now that makes a little bit more sense as he's an equipped lifter, so sometimes getting a little more weight on the bar can help you touch your chest.
Dennis Alba setting up on platform 2 with 155 kilos.
Gets his start command. Very good second attempt. 2 white lights for Dennis on 2.
2 whites is all you need for a good lift, so there you go.
We have a no lift on platform 1 for Maxwell Mercer. He's going to need to come out and hit his 3rd attempt.
Jeff Sussman kind of in a similar position as Maxwell Mercer on platform 1, missing their opening attempt. However, Jeff decided and opted to remain at the same weight, 202.5 kilos. Meanwhile, Max decided to go up. So we'll see how Jeff handles his second attempt bench.
As Monty Murphy comes out 165 on the bar for his second attempt, a 10 kilo increase. One of the larger jumps we've seen so far. Quite there for Monty on his second.
Over on platform 2, we got Reginald Miles, who upped his opener from 165 to 182.5 kilos for his second attempt.
Must be very confident that he's going to get it after timing out on his opener.
Let's see how that strategy plays out.
We have a no lift on platform 1 for Jeff Sussman. I like that angle on the platform 2 live stream there. It gives you a better idea of just how big this event is. You can't even see the far wall of the expo hall.
So right now we got both lifters, Reginald Miles and Carlo E. Melendez, who are closing out our flights for our second attempt bench presses at the Arnold Sports Festival. Carlo E. Melendez, similar situation as Maxwell and Jeff, having missed their opener and needing to reattempt it over for their second attempt. Carlo decided to up his opener 2.5 kilos from 202.5 to 205 for his second attempt. Let's take a look at platform 2 to Reginald, who is benching over 400 pounds raw.
He did not get a start come in last time. Get told to replace the bar. I'm not sure what's going on with it here. Chief referee BJ Foss is trying to articulate the rules to him. He's going to get a no lift on that second attempt. I'm not entirely sure what's happening there. We might get an explanation from it.
We see on the stream the referees giving some final instruction and clarification to Reginald to see what happened on his second attempt bench.
It'll be USA Powerlifting Vice President Johnny Graham talking about the rules there. Johnny been doing this a long time. A little bit of a delay on platform 1. Carlo Melendez ready and waiting to come out to take his second attempt.
We are now getting started over with our third attempt bench presses on platform 2. Bill Lindsay closing out his bench session with 92.5 kilos.
Another 5 kilo increase for Bill. Looked like a pretty darn easy third attempt.
Now this matches Bill's previous from his last competition, so that is a good work for Bill.
Bar is moving up now to 100 kilos, 220 pounds. The second attempt for Bill Sander. The 83-year-old Masters 5 lifter, competing out of Florida. This looks like a PR attempt for him too. 97.5 coming into the day as his previous PR. So a PR attempt at 83 years old.
Let's go, Bill.
Not
And
quite able to press it out.
unfortunately, not quite there, but still a valiant effort for Bill.
I think he might have jumped the start command a little bit. Might have been a little heavy and weighing on his brain. Meanwhile, on platform 1, we do have a good lift from Carlo Melendez at 2:05, so he will be able to post a total for this event.
Starting up our third attempt bench presses, we have Joy Mercer, who will be reattempting her second attempt of 47.5 kilos. She unfortunately missed her second, will be coming back on her third to reattempt it. David Lopez over on platform 2 with 100 kilos. This will match his previous best.
Very solid third attempt there for Mr. Lopez.
And David, very new to the sport. This is only his third competition, first appearance at the Arnold. He competed recently at the New Mexico State Championships in just November of last year.
It's kind of speed running USA Powerlifting. It's pretty impressive to make it to the Arnold as only the third event ever.
That was
Joy Mercer goes ahead and gets her third attempt, coming back to hit 47.5 kilos after missing it on her second. Then the bar on platform 1 is going to go up to 60 kilos. Third and final attempt for Tish Horn.
Gary Villanueva up next on platform 2, going up 2.5 kilos to 120, 264 pounds.
Nice and controlled, gets his press command. Good take by the spotters, just a little bit too heavy.
Kind of got caught in that sticking point, just couldn't lock out those triceps.
That's the tough part about bench. On squat and deadlift, you can kind of grind, but here in bench, it gets heavy very fast.
We see some
lights for Tish on platform 1. Good lift at 60 kilos.
And so over on platform 1, we see an attempt of 63.5 kilos. Normally, attempts can only be made in 2.5 kilo increments. So Alex, what does 63.5 mean for us here when we look at the screen
so what
on
that
lifting
means
casts?
is it is either an American record or a world record for her age and weight category. Now, since this is a dots competition, this makes it a little bit interesting because she's going to be able to get that extra kilo if she gets this lift. Gives her maybe a little bit of an edge, but I like that everybody comes in and they can use that to their advantage to try and hit these records.
Wayne Caberna making great work out of 127.5 kilos. Taking that 2.5 kilo jump really paid off. Just kind of being conservative, squeezing as much as you can out of the bar. Good lift, going 3 for 3 on bench press.
Unsure if Susan Paxson's attempt is an American or a world record attempt. And we do have a good lift for Susan Paxson, 63.5 kilos. New either American or world record. I couldn't hear Gino yelling, surprisingly.
Up next, we got Dennis Alba on platform 2 with 157.5 kilos, and Joy Black with 77.5 kilos on platform 1.
We did miss it just a moment ago. Jack Rubio did have a good third attempt at 127.5 kilos.
Dennis, who took a sizable jump, 7.5 kilos, from his opening to second and opted for a 2.5 kilo jump for his third attempt. Let's see how this conservative play plays out.
I like it. I think that was a good, smart call.
Yeah, could have had the 5 kilos, but he made the appropriate call, was conservative, and it paid off. He goes 3 for 3. That is a good lift for Joy Black, 3 white lights. ending her day 3 for 3.
On platform 1, we're going to have another record attempt, 106 kilos on the bar for the third and final attempt for Elizabeth Richardson. I believe she's out of North Dakota. And on platform 2, third and final attempt for Monty Murphy, 165 kilos. He's retaking his second. Hopeful that he can rebound from that missed second attempt and get it here.
Strong unrack. And unfortunately, it's just not there today, but still a valiant effort by Monty. So again, ladies and gentlemen, this competition is scored by dots, which is a coefficient that takes your weight lifted and your body weight, and H points. So it factors in the age of the lifter. So because this is a masters event, lifters are spanning multiple decades from each other, so those are two factors that are taken into account when it comes to the scoring.
On platform 1, we did have a no lift for Elizabeth Richardson. It was unanimous, 3 reds with blue cards. Blue cards, very likely that was up and down.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, take a look over on platform 1. We have Maxwell Mercer, who will be needing to hit his third attempt bench in order to stay in the competition. He has unfortunately missed his opening and second attempt bench presses. He will need his third in order to post a total and score.
Same thing on platform 2 for Reginald Miles. He's going to get asked to replace the bar again.
Again, I believe it is those elbows.
Looks like he's being directed over to the jury.
He might be contesting that. Let's see if there's...
It's hard to see from the angle, but with 3 of them not wanting to give their arms down and give the start command, it's kind of hard to argue that. No lift for Maxwell Mercer on platform 1.
Up next, we got Jeff Sussman on platform 1, who's in a similar position, needs to hit his third attempt bench press in order to stay in the competition and post a total. Very difficult sometimes with the equipped bench presses and being able to hit consistent lifts and just kind of navigating, working around the equipment.
Over on platform 2, we have the opening attempt for flight B, 150 kilos for Howard Aaron. Looks like our name's backwards in the lifting cast. It's actually Aaron Howard.
Over on platform 1, that was a good lift by Jess Sussman, so he was able to post a total. Ends the day with 202.5 kilos. 446 pounds in the 90 kilo weight class. And closing out platform 1, we have Carlo E. Melendez with 215 kilos for the men's equipped bench press.
Aaron's opening attempt was a no lift. I'm not sure what happened. There's a little bit of confusion out there.
Our spotter is working, loading the bar for platform 2 for Joy August. Bar is loaded for Joey.
bar is loaded for Carlo on platform 1 as well at 215 kilos.
We see Joey talking to that spotter, just communicating how he wants that lift off. And we see Gino in the background.
Looking as good as ever, Gino. Pay no attention to those lights on platform 2. Was that 155 on the bar? I want to see the chips they pick up. No, that was 152, so they pressed the buttons early if I'm those. Because that was Joey August. That was our only second lifter. Because this is 157.5 that they're putting on there now. They skipped someone. I think there was a lifting cast delay that accidentally no-lifted Joey August, so then the officials didn't notice it. They white-lighted, so it gave the lift to John Jenkins, who's now supposed to be coming out. So there's going to be a little bit of a delay here. They should bring the bar back down to 155 for the opening attempt for John Jenkins. Over on platform 1, we had a no lift for Carlo on his third attempt, so he'll only be credited with his second at 205. But we do have the opening attempt for Elaine Ostrander at 42.5 kilos.
And as we conclude the men's and women's equipped bench press, our current standings for the women's equipped masters division is Elizabeth Richardson in first, Joy Black taking second, and Susan Paxson in closing out your podium position. And over on the men's equipped masters, we have Carlo E. Melendez, and then Maxwell Mercer and Jeff Sussman coming behind them. That was a good lift for Elaine Ostrander. Up next, we got Sue Burns taking the bar up to 52.5 kilos.
Good lift for Elaine at 42.5.
Sue Burns and Mike Burns over on platform 1 and platform 2 respectfully.
I think they're still trying to figure out over on platform 2. Aaron Howard did have a good lift. Joey August currently has a no lift, and then John Jenkins has a good lift at 155. But I only see 2 of our referees. Our chief is up and moving, trying to get everything re-coordinated here. Good opening attempt for Sue Burns at 52.5 kilos. As Yvette Ramasco will come out to take her opening attempt at 65 kilos.
While we get the proper weight up here on platform 2, let's take a moment to thank our sponsors, A7 Demand Greatness, who has a booth right next to the USA Powerlifting stage, Pioneer Fit, and Basement Barbell. Bar don't lie.
I actually got to meet Basement Brandon yesterday. I've been following his YouTube channel for, I don't know, 5-6 years now, so it was really cool to actually get to see him and thank him for the effort he puts in. He does really great reviews. If you're looking for knee sleeves, I mean, definitely A7, but if you want to know about all of them, he's got a really good video about that. He's incredibly nice and much taller than I expected. We have a no lift on the opening attempt for Yvette, 2-1. The center referee gave a white light, but there is yellow cards from the side. Very likely that means her butt did not remain in contact with the bench, or potentially her feet came up and the chief referee was just not in a position to see it.
One of the things we'll notice when a referee gives a red lift or a red light for an infraction, you'll see a color card associated with the light. So there is red, yellow, and blue, and each card indicates a particular infraction, in which gives the lifter and the coach a bit of more information as far as what that infraction might be. So some of the common disqualifications for bench are your butt coming off the bench, your heels or toes raising off during the lift, jumping a command, the bar coming up and down, and there's a few more others, but we can dive into those a little later.
Looks like we do have the action going back on platform 2. We have Mike Burns coming out to take 157.5.
So after a little bit of a break there, we have Aaron Howard getting his opener, Joey August also getting his opener, but John Jenkins is going to be given a relift, and he will come out at the end of the flight.
Mike Burns gets those 3 white lights.
Sorry to cut you off, Kev. As Dorothy Sosnicki gets her opening attempt at 65 kilos. I hope I said that name right.
Philip Germany II over on platform 2. He's a local here from Ohio.
$67.5 kilos on the bar. Platform 1. Opening attempt for Kelly Matthews.
Philip actually competed last month at the New Year Open over here in Ohio and actually secured a PR bench press. He benched 160 kilos there, and he's opening us up with 165. So let's see how that strategy plays out. He's opening above his previous max, so I'm assuming he's made quite some progress since then. Here comes Philip. Philip adjusting those foot blocks.
3 white lights. Opening attempt for Kelly Matthews. The bar is going to go up to 70 kilos on platform 1. The opening attempt for Jessica Fox. Unracked for Phil Germany.
Gets that press command. Let's see what the referees say.
No lift, 3 reds. I think his feet.
I believe his feet moved. So when you're competing in USA Powerlifting, the technical rules specify that your feet can slide on the platform, but your heels and toes cannot come up between the commands. So I believe he adjusted his feet after he had gotten that start command. So that will be a no lift. However, that moved really easy, so that should be no issue reattempting that for a second attempt for Philip.
Meanwhile, on platform 1, we had a good opening attempt for Jessica Fox at 70 kilos. Kevin, one of the nice part about us being officials is we both saw that instantly. So it was pretty quick for us to give that a view. It's kind of nice that when we're watching this, our eyes will just snap to one of those things that we're looking for. Lou Faseko, 175, very easy opening attempt.
Very fast, 3 white lights. Doreen Munoz on platform 1, 77.5 kilos. Currently we have our women's Raw Masters competing on platform 1 and our men's Raw Masters competing on platform 2. Robert Reed up next on platform 2, 177.5 kilos. This is the second Arnold for Robert. He started his powerlifting journey in 2021, so relatively new to the sport, competing in the Masters 2 division in the 100 kilogram class.
Good lift on platform 1, opening attempt for Doreen. Bar remains at 77.5 kilos for the opening attempt for Paulette Calhoun. $182.5 on the bar, opening attempt for David Sneen.
David Sneen, our first 400 bench presser in this flight.
I think he might be the only published author we have in the competition as well.
Yeah, David Sneen is a world champion, national champion, record holder, and author. Giving some final instruction to that liftoff spotter and loader, who will hand off the bar for David.
Over on platform 1, we had a good attempt for Paulette Calhoun at 77.5 kilos. The bar moved up to 80 kilos, the opening attempt for Maria Guzman.
Bit of some up and down. Let's see what the referees say for David's bench. 2-1, that is a good lift, and I believe that center referee did call him for that up and down movement.
I would agree with that call from BJ in the front. From the sides, he definitely couldn't tell. I don't think they could see that he wasn't quite touching his chest there.
And again, what up and down movement means is the bar can only have one direction of travel at a time. So as you lower that bar to your chest, the bar can only come down. As you hold the bar motionless on your chest and wait for that press command, that bar can only go back up after the press command. So I believe there was a bit of up and down movement during some point of the press. So I believe that is what the chief referee called him for.
Meanwhile, on platform 1, there was a good opening attempt for Maria Guzman. 80 kilos stays on the bar for the opener for Brianna Boardman. .205 opening attempt for Jorge Castaneda. Gets a little bit of a sticking point, but he's able to lock it out. 3 white lights on his opener, so the sticking point didn't hurt him too bad. There was no up and down.
And that is 3 white lights for Brianna Boardman over on platform 1. Very quick turnaround, competing at the Pro Series Finals in December of 2024, just 2 months ago.
Yeah, I'm a little spoiled. A lot of these names are familiar for me. I got to be there and commentate the Pro Series Finals, so a lot of these lifters are returning from that. As one of my personal favorites is going to come out now on platform 2. Not trying to play favorites, but this guy's a very entertaining person to watch bench press. The opening attempt for Callistus Schissel, 232.5. This is a massive man out of Minnesota, and he is an incredible bench presser.
Callistus is a 6-time national champion, winning titles in both the Raw and Equipped. So he is very experienced. Jennifer Wilcox closing out Flight A, opening benches on platform 1 with 102.5 kilos, 226 pounds. Callistus getting ready, getting that lift off from that spotter and loader.
Over 500 pounds on his opening attempt.
We see 4 spotters on the platform. Easy bench press by Callistus.
Didn't look like 500. Holy smokes.
3 white lights. Expect a big bench from him.
As the bar will go up 2.5 kilos, another incredibly huge opener for Arnold Barnett. As another massive opener, 102.5, the opening attempt for Jennifer Wilcox is good, 3 white lights.
So Arnold's best bench is 240 kilos, so he seems to be opening up pretty close to that at 235. He had his best bench at the Ohio Summer Showdown in August of 2024, just last year, so it seems like he's made considerable progress from that. Let's see how this opening attempt goes for Arnold Barnett. We got Elaine Ostrander on platform 1 taking opening attempt. Speedy opener by Arnold. I believe that is 3 white lights. Good lift.
That's a massive man. I'm not sure how he fits through his door every day when he gets home. Now over on platform 2, we are going to strip the bar down. It's a little bit of an interesting situation. We're going to have John Jenkins come out to do a relift at 155 kilos. Meanwhile, on platform 1, we had 3 white lights on the second attempt for Elaine Ostrander. That bar is going to go up to 57.5 kilos for the second attempt for Sue Burns, a 5-kilo increase from her opening attempt.
So John is being issued a relift, so he will be going at the end of the flight, reattempting his opening bench press.
I'm not entirely sure what caused the relift. I think they just got a little bit out of order and maybe skipped him.
Nonetheless, he is still getting the opportunity to take all of his 3 bench presses here at the Arnold.
Great opener. I was getting ready to say second attempt for John Jenkins.
2-to-1 good lift. And that is a good lift as well on platform 1 for Sue Burns. 57.5 kilos. We are now taking the bar up to 67.5, a 10-kilo jump. We are now with Doroti Sosnicki.
Dorothy just taken a 2.5 kilo increase from her opening attempt. Looks like they're trying to figure out how to handle this new order over on platform 2.
Over on the screen on platform 2, we see on the backdrop, we see under the weights, bench 2, 150.5 kilos, so that is a chip on the bar. And there it's indicated it is a world record attempt for the men's Raw Masters division.
The smallest jump he can take, a half kilo increase from his opener. Which means he opened tying the world record. Over on platform 1, we have a good lift for Dorothy Sosnicki, 67.5 kilos. The bar is going to go up another 2.5 to 70 kilos. The second attempt for Yvette Ramasco. She had a no lift on her opening, but still elected to go up 5 kilos.
So Yvette will be tying her all-time PR of 70 kilos. This is her second Arnold, and she is coming off of a 3-for-3 performance at her last bench press competition. Over on platform 2, we're just referees are making sure the appropriate officials are in the chair, just double checking everything just to ensure that this world record attempt is valid. And again, a lot is at stake here at the Arnold Sports Festival in Columbus, Ohio. These Masters lifters are battling it out, squeezing out every kilo possible for these records and placings. Howard Aaron is currently forecasted in 4th position, looking to squeeze up into the podium. A very tight placings right now.
Over on platform 1, we had a no lift on the second attempt for Yvette. Optimistic that she can come back and get her 3rd attempt. She needs to in order to post a total in place.
Very good sportsmanship by Howard, giving fist bumps to the
suspense,
spotters and loaders.
Gets to finally come out and take his second attempt, world record attempt for Aaron Howard, 150.5 kilos, just over 331 pounds on the bar.
We are sitting here in the commentator's booth at the Arnold Sports Festival with a world record attempt. Bit sticky. Let's see what the referees say. Will they call an up and down?
I think I'd give it, yep,
Three
white
lights.
Meanwhile, over on platform 1, we had a good lift. Second attempt for Kelly Matthews at 70 kilos. The bar is at 75 kilos for the second attempt for Jessica Fox.
Aaron Howard standing on that bench, getting that praise from Gino for that world record attempt. Congratulations. Jessica Fox on platform 1, or that was a good lift for Jessica Fox at 75 kilos. Up next, we got Paulette Calhoun, who's taking the bar up to 80 kilos, a 2.5 kilo jump from her opening bench. Paulette is one of those veterans in the sport who's been competing since 1995.
Joey August out to take his second attempt on platform 2, 155 kilos.
Joey making his debut at the Arnold, and that is a good lift so far, 2 for 2. Very good performance so far. That was over on platform 1. That was a good lift for Paulette Calhoun, 80 kilos on the board for her. Maria Buena Guzman up next on platform 1 with 82.5 kilos.
Bars loaded for the second attempt for John Jenkins. John had a shorter turnaround as he was the last lifter of the flight with that relift. Going up 7.5 kilos, second attempt to 162.
Maria last competed at the Masters Pro Series Bench Finals in December, also here in Ohio. Two to 1, that is a good lift for Maria. John Jenkins, 162.5 on platform 2.
So because John had a shorter turnaround, it looks like they gave him a slightly longer clock. Looks like he had 2 minutes. Didn't even need the whole time. 3 white lights. Great second attempt for John.
In recent years, John has been hitting 165 as his top end in competition. Let's see if he can either match that or get past that today here at the Arnold.
Second attempt is good. 3 white lights for Doreen Munoz, 82.5 kilos. That bar is going to go up to 85. The second attempt for Brianna Boardman. Mike Burns with his second attempt, 162.5. Very controlled of the chest.
And very fast second attempt.
Fantastic.
Mike Burns, one of those veterans in the sport, competing since 2000.
Phil Germany going to come out to take a second attempt. He only went up 2.5 kilos. He missed his opening attempt from what we saw his feet coming up on the descent of the bar. But it moves so easily, I'm not worried about the second attempt at all. He's probably just being a little conservative, probably wanting to go up more. Meanwhile, on platform 1, Brianna Boardman, good lift on her second, 85 kilos. That bar is going up to 107.5 for the second attempt for Jennifer Wilcox. It's over 230 pounds.
Philip Germany the second, adjusting his foot blocks, going up 2.5 kilos. Still a monstrous bench. Getting very close to 400 pounds here. Very smooth, very fast for Philip. Long way up, long way down, and that is 2 to 1. That is a good lift.
Over on platform 1, good lift on the second attempt for Jennifer Wilcox at 107.5. We're going to cycle back to the top of the order for Elaine Ostrander at 52.5 kilos. And just like that, short of an hour into the Arnold, we are already into our third attempts for platform 1.
Lou Foseco on platform 2, who's going for an American record attempt at the Arnold. We got 182 loaded on the bar. We got the referees double checking, ensuring that this is an appropriate record attempt. And again, ladies and gentlemen, because these lifters are coming to us from multiple divisions in the Masters class, we have to double check and ensure that these records are what they are. So these lifters are taking valid attempts, and I believe that we are here for Lou Foseca. We got the spotters and loaders loading up those chips. Bar is now loaded for Lou, who is attempting an American record attempt.
No lift on platform 1 for the third attempt for Elaine Ostrander, but she will be credited with 47.5 kilos. The bar is going to move up to 60 kilos, third and final attempt for Sue Burns.
That is a smooth American record by Lou. 3 white lights.
Plenty more in the tank. Interested to see where he takes that for his third.
Lou is our reigning national champion in 2024. And as we're closing out our women's raw bench press, we have Yvette Romasco, who has to hit her third attempt at bench press, not only to stay in the meet, but to finish in a podium position here at the Arnold Sports Festival. She is currently forecasted in third if she manages to hit this bench press.
Robert Reed getting set up for his second attempt at 185 kilos on platform 2.
That is 407 pounds on platform 2. Gets that start command. Let's see what the referees say for Robert. That is 3 white lights. And unfortunately, Yvette was not able to secure her third attempt bench press.
Have another world record attempt on platform 2. 194 kilos are going on the bar. Second attempt for David Sneen. A Masters world record bench press.
And again, ladies and gentlemen, the stakes are very high here at the Arnold Sports Festival. Not only are these athletes competing for placing, but they're also competing for cash. So it is a money meet here at the Arnold, and these lifters are giving it all they got and pushing and squeezing out every single kilo they have in the tank. David Sneen is currently forecasted in first, looking to maintain that position with his second attempt bench press here. Another world record attempt here. We hear the crowd going. Kelly Matthews over on platform 1, 72.5 kilos.
Only 7 attempts remaining for session 1 on platform 1.
And unfortunately, David was not able to bring the bar to his chest, so spotters had to grab it from him. He'll still have his third attempt bench press to reattempt his world record attempt. That is a no lift over on platform 1 for Kelly Matthews. Jessica Fox taking a 5 kilo jump to 80 kilos, going 5 and 5 from first, second, and third. Let's see how this strategy plays out for Jessica. Joe Castañeda up next on platform 2. George coming to us from Texas. He is a 3-time national champion and competed at the Pro Finals.
Very quick to his chest.
And unfortunately unable to get past that sticking point. However, these are still second attempts, so these lifters will have a third and final go at it. 3 white lights for Jessica over on platform 1. That is a good lift. Going 3 for 3 at the Arnold Sports Festival.
Not a bad way to start off your weekend here at the Arnold, going 3 for 3. Paulette Calhoun on platform 1, third and final attempt at 82.5 kilos. Over on platform 2, second attempt for Callista Schissel at 242.5 kilos. While Paulette has 3 white lights, good lift for 82.5.
So Paulette currently sitting in podium position. Let's see how well she is able to fend that off with her third attempt bench press.
Over on platform 1, we are going to have a record attempt for Maria Guzman, 85.5 kilos, a 3-kilo jump from her second attempt.
And on platform 2, a monster bench press by Callistus, 242.5 kilos. That is 3 white lights and a good lift. Callistus currently forecasted in second place. Maria Guzman, if successful, she will bump Paulette Calhoun out of the podium position and sneak into that bronze level position with her record attempt. Over on platform 1, and on platform 2, we have Arnold with 242.5 kilos as his second attempt to bench press.
Just a little bit too heavy on that second attempt for Arnold, no lift. I'm pretty confident he can come back out and get that on his third.
Again, these are second attempts, so these lifters might be having a technical issue, something they can fix. They'll have another go at it here at the third attempt.
We did have a good record attempt from Maria Guzman, 85.5 kilos in the books.
So now Maria Guzman has secured her podium position at the Arnold Sports Festival. She is now holding that bronze medal.
Third attempt on platform 1 for Doreen Munoz, 87.5 kilos.
Joey August up next here on platform 2. 162.5 kilos, taking a 7.5 kilo jump. Bit of an interesting strategy here, going up 2.5 from first to second and 7.5 from second to third. Let's see how this plays out for Joey. Just a little too much there for Joey. Fortunately, that is a no lift. However, this is his Arnold debut, so not a bad way to end his bench experience here.
On platform 2, Aaron Howard did elect to scratch his third and final attempt after hitting a world record on his second. That's why we haven't seen him yet, and we won't for the rest of the day. John Jenkins is going to come out to take his third and final at 167.5 kilos. Meanwhile, on platform 1, we did have a good third attempt for Doreen Munoz, and Brianna Boardman will be taking the same weight at 87.5 kilos. She's in first. She's looking to lock that up.
Brianna is looking to defend her gold medal position with her final bench press, who is under threat under Jennifer Wilcox.
It is actually close. She does need to hit this in order to put the pressure on. That would force Jennifer to have to take a larger jump on her third attempt in order to surpass her. No lift for Brianna, so that does open the door for Jennifer Wilcox.
So over on platform 1 in the women's masters division, we have Jennifer Wilcox closing out the session on platform 1, taking a 110 kilo attempt for her third attempt bench press. If successful, she will bump Brianna Boardman out of the first position into second place. So Jennifer Wilcox is pressing for the win.
She's already got $250 in her checkbook. She's looking to add another $250 if she is successful here to take the win at the Arnold Sports Festival Masters Raw Bench.
Mike Burns over on platform 2. Fortunately not there today. And that is a good lift for for Jennifer Wilcox. She has secured first place, bumping Brianna Boardman into second, and she has won the Women's Raw Masters Bench Bash here at the Arnold Sports Festival in Columbus, Ohio. So just to recap what just went down here on platform 1, we have Jennifer Wilcox taking first, Brianna Boardman taking second, and Maria Buena Guzman closing out your podium position here at the Arnold.
And with that, that'll do it for us on platform 1. Session 1 is complete. We'll see you back on platform 1 in about 2 hours, as session 2 will kick off at 1 p.m.
Philip Germany here on his third attempt bench press, 170 kilos. Gets that press command. Nice and easy lockout. 3 whites.
On platform 2, we are going to have another record attempt for Lou Faseko. As we are winding down here for session 1 here at the Arnold Sports Festival, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lifts remaining. And we have 4 of the 6 listed as record attempts. Start command for Lou, quick to the chest. Quick off, gets to a sticking point and is not quite able to lock it out, but he will be credited with a record at 182 kilos. Bar is going to go up to 187.5 for the third and final attempt for Robert Reed. Robert coming out, taking his time to get set up. Slow and controlled to the chest. Drives off. He's able to lock it out, but I saw a little bit of up and down. And the refs on the platform agree, no lift for Robert Reed. The bar is going back to 194 kilos. Another world record attempt for David Sneed. He came out and took this on his second and was not able to get it. Now, there's bigger things at stake than just the world record attempt. This is an attempt to move him into first place. If he is successful with this, he will surpass Calista Schissel, who still has yet to come out for his third attempt, but trying to set the podium.
However, if David is unable to be successful in his third attempt, that opens the door for Howard, Dennis, for anyone behind him to sneak into that second level position. So this is a very important lift for David Sneen here, attempting a world record attempt, not only to secure first, but to defend his position.
David's coming out, looking locked in. There's a little bit of a misgroove on the descent on his second attempt. Thankfully, we have our spotters and loaders there, able to keep him safe. 427 pounds on the bar. Third and final attempt for David Sneen, trying to move himself into first place. Gets the start command. Good touch. Not able to press it out. Just a little bit too much on the day for David. That's going to keep him in second place. Second place locked up for David. So right now there's only one potential change on the podium. Arnold Barnett, who will finish the flight, has a chance to knock Aaron Howard off the podium. Jorge Castaneda coming out to retake his second attempt at 210 kilos, 463 pounds. Big smile on the face of Jorge. He gave it a good effort on his second attempt. He flew it off the chest, just hit a sticking point and was not able to grind out the lift. Let's see if he's able to recover from that missed second attempt. And he is. Jorge's going to lock it out. Let's see what the officials say.
3 white lights for Jorge. That is a good lift and valiant recovery. That is an amazing attempt for Jorge. We are loading the bar up to 246.5 kilos. This is a world record attempt by Callistus Shizzle.
I can see the big man from where we're sitting. He's looking pretty locked in. The first time I met Callistus was in Memphis, Tennessee last year at the Masters World Cup. Kevin and I were actually doing the spotting and loading for his platform. He's a very intense man. When he came out for his third attempt there, as I was getting ready to give him his liftoff, he just looked me in the eyes and said, heavy. I didn't really know what he meant, but I just tried my best to give him a good liftoff. Very intense man, 246.5 kilos on the bar. Quick mass, that's about 543 or so pounds.
Callistus taking his time.
He's able to lock it out.
Let's see what the referees say. I believe he did jump that start command.
Yeah, we could just barely see it here. The bar started to descend just before the arm of the official. Regardless, Callistus has won the Arnold Sports Festival Masters Bench Bash, and because of that, will be leaving with $500 in his pocket.
Now we got our final bench press of the session, Arnold Barnett, who is currently in 6th place, but has opted to attempt 246.5, the same weight that Callistus Shizzle attempted. This will move him into 3rd level position, closing out the podium and bumping Howard Aaron, who currently sits at the podium.
Now, they're going to have to take a moment here because it looks like Callistus went to the jury table to contest, and that actually has ramifications on this attempt, because if they believe that it was a good lift and they overturn it, that would force Arnold to have to increase his attempt in order to chip the world record.
again, I believe the call with Callistus was he jumped the start command from the head official, so he began his descent to the chest before the center referee, BJ Foss, gave the start command.
Does not appear that they overturned the lift for Callistus as Arnold is coming out. 246.5 kilos, world record attempt for Arnold Barnett. This will move him past Aaron Howard if successful.
543 pounds on the bar for Arnold here at the Arnold Sports Festival. What a way to close out the session.
Very fast off the chest. Not quite able to grind it out. Valiant effort there from Arnold Barnett.
And that will close out the first session, the Masters Bench Bash here at the Arnold Sports Festival. So as it currently stands, for our men's Raw Masters division, we have Callistus Shizzle taking first, taking a cash prize of $500 with a 242.5 kilo bench press. David Sneen coming in second with 182.5 kilo bench press, securing $250. And rounding out the podium, Howard Aaron with third position with 150.5 kilos bench press, earning $150 from USA Powerlifting.
Now, it actually looks like they're setting up the platform again. I still see a lot of weight on the bar. I'm thinking, yes, they are. They're going to give Callistus Shizzle a re-lift at 246.5. I wonder if somebody yelled start. Maybe he heard the other platform give a call.
So disregard those standings, folks, because we do have one more lift in this session. So this can really shake up those standings that were previously read to you. So let's just wait and see what Callistus does.
Callistus is going to win this no matter what. This is just for the world record. He's already in first, and he's the one getting the relift. He's going to have a few minutes here. He's got it looks like either a 3 or 4 minute clock. I'm just catching it now. There's about 2 minutes left. He has any time in the next 2 minutes and 15 seconds to come out to retake. He's making his way over towards the platform now. We can see from our vantage point.
So Callistus just adding on to his lead. Already in first, so the podium is as it stands. We see another angle of Callistus getting ready, talking to one of the technical controllers. We see our chief referee and TC.
.80 seconds left on the clock for Callistus. Just a reminder, this will not change the standings as Callistus Shizzle has already won the event. He's just kind of taking a victory lap here to retake 246.5, a world record attempt. Once again, the final standings will be Callistus Shizzle in first place, David Sneen second, and Aaron Howard in third. This is no small task here for Callistus. This is a massive bench press, which he already attempted less than 5 minutes ago.
Again, Callistus is a national champion in both the Raw and Equipped division, so he is well experienced, well seasoned, and a veteran in this sport.
Looking to break his own world record at 246.5, 543. Gets the press.
And locks it out. That is a good lift by Callistus.
The crowd is roaring here at the Arnold Sports Festival. 3 white lights, a new world record for Callista Shizzle. Gino stands him up on the bench.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, will close out the Masters Bench Bash here at the Arnold Sports Festival. So just to recap, we have Callista Shizzle taking first with 246.5 kilos as his final attempt. David Sneen taking second with 182.5 kilos. And Howard Aaron taking out our podium position in third place at 150.5 kilos. So each of them will get a payout of $500, $250, and $150 respectively.
All right, now we have a nice long break as session 2 will start at 1 o'clock, and Kevin and I will join you back then.